Hello everyone and welcome back to another reaction video. Thank you all to the new subscribers. Thank you all for showing your support by liking the videos, commenting, and sharing the videos as well. Please make sure y'all are checking the community wall because there is a giveaway contest open and it will remain open until the end of the month. So if you're interested in participating, make sure you go to the community wall. Without further ado, let's get into this.
Like y'all want the women with the BBLs, like the women that's not even in y'all league.
We don't want BBLs. And
hold on. She telling us what men want.
Hold on. She can say that. Yeah. Understand the BBL does not make you in another league. It actually brings you down now.
Some men love it though.
No, we love to play with it. I call them rentals. You're like a rental car. You go out to Miami, you rent that Lamb, you rent that Ferrari. The shit you can't drive at home. It's fun to drive out there, but now I'm not paying for this. This shit going back to the rental office when I'm done with it. That's what we do with BBLs. But we're not taking that to the parent-teacher conference. Bitch walking in, ass big as this table. Like, come on, like let's stop playing for real.
So right out the gate, we are hearing how this man is basically saying how men are not into BBLs the way women think they are. See, when it was new, when it was trending, it was more a curiosity. It was more, like this guy said, it was like a rental. They wanted to test it out, play with it, but that was pretty much it. And so when he said that, you know, we're not taking this to the parent-teacher conference, that within itself is letting you know they're not into them for, like, to marry or to take seriously. These are not women that these men respect. And I know that sounds harsh, but it's true. Like, it's one thing for you to hear a woman saying this, but if a man is letting you know, like, hey, this is how we are feeling. And I'm not saying that this guy is speaking for all men, but I do believe he's speaking for a lot of them because, you know, men usually understand the psyche of their own nature. They know what it is. Now, it's not to say that a woman with a BBL couldn't get married, couldn't, you know, have a family, but you'll see further on into this conversation that there are, you know, certain requirements that a woman has to meet in order for that to even be a possibility. So I think it's important for women to know how men really do feel when it comes to women altering their bodies to get attention from men, because they're letting you know, hey, this is not something that we are into anymore. It's not the same as it was when all of this first took off.
Y'all confuse a man's sexual attention with what he wants as a wife and as an example for his kids, as a mother. We don't want the BBL because automatically we know your mind is fucked to the point where you risked your life for a bigger ass for attention. Yeah. It did not further you in life no type of way other than more likes on Instagram.
See, this is pretty much what I've been saying this whole time. It's just when a man says it, it just hits a little different. But he said y'all confuse a man's sexual attention with what he wants as a wife and a positive role model for his kids. See, women get it confused in thinking that just because they have a certain aesthetic, that is all that a man wants. No, a man will play around with you. Yeah. If you're looking at it like I can get a man, okay, yeah, you can get a man in that way. But most women have a desire to be married and to have a family. Most women desire to have a long-term partner, not a partner that they're going to have to worry about leaving 3 months later, a year later, 2 years later. No, most women desire a family, a stable family unit. And so what this man is saying is that they desire the same thing. Most men are looking for a woman that, yeah, may have a certain aesthetic, but they also have to have something to offer mentally, spiritually. You know, they want someone who is intelligent, someone that can hold a conversation. And this man is saying that, you know, they're looking for women that can be an actual positive role model in the lives of their children, which is letting you know that some of these men desire to have a family. They don't want just any type of woman being the mother of their children. No, men also have standards. I'm not talking about bums. I'm talking about real men. They have real standards. And so when he said that, you know, the women are literally out here risking their life for a BBL just so they can get the attention from men, that within itself speaks to the mindset of that woman. It speaks to the fact that their priorities are all out of order. It speaks to the fact that they really don't have any long-term goals. Because why would you risk your life just so you can have a certain physical aesthetic that in the long run is really not going to further you in life? You know, a lot of these women that are getting these BBLs, they are Instagram models. They are on social media looking for clicks and views and trying to gain a following. And the flip side of that is a lot of these women who are getting these BBLs, they are very promiscuous. And so men are wanting women, and I'm talking about real men. Real men want women who have standards, who have priorities, who are not out here trying to get attention. You know, these men, they're not trying to get a woman that they got to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Because if you are paying all of this money just so your body can look a certain way, what does that speak to your character? So it's a lot of factors that come into play when you look at the decisions that a woman chooses to make in getting a BBL. Again, I'm not saying all women that get BBLs fall into this category, but there are a lot of them that do. And these are the women that these men are speaking of.
But that goes back to, and that's what I mean with these inflated egos. Because she just said, "Oh, a woman with a BBL, now she's out of your league." Like that does not qualify you for anything but having a fat ass and a little eye candy. But on top of that, a man, that don't mean a man gonna want to wife you or have you as a wife or whatever the case it may be. Because she got a good body, bitch, an airhead, and you can't probably be around this female for more than 3 hours without her getting on your nerves. So a lot of different things come into play. Like I said, and a lot of these women run around here without morals, without principles, without things. They damn near lawless when it comes to they self. They don't even care about they self. Probably 100 niggas in 3 months. You know what I mean? So a lot of that does not equate with a good woman, at least in my opinion.
And there it is. Like this dude literally said a mouthful and he's saying what I'm saying. Like he's saying that these women, they don't have nothing to offer intellectually. They think that just because they look a certain way, that's supposed to be enough for a man. But no, men are, they're not just attracted to your body. A lot of real men, they are attracted to your mind. I am one of them. I love an intellectual man. I'm very much attracted to a person who can really hold a conversation and not just speak on surface levels. I want to have someone that I can really hold a conversation with. That is important to me, which is why I have my husband. But, you know, he's also saying that a lot of these women, they lack morals, they lack principles. And this is what I've been saying this whole time. You know, Liv's Life comes on here and she twerking all the time. She's, you know, parading about how she can get a man. She can get a man. She's showing how promiscuous she is. It does not take long for her to allow a man to have full access to her. And this man is saying that they do not take these type of women seriously. They want a woman that has morals, because when you have morals, they know that not only can they trust you, but they can trust you to teach their future children, or they may be coming into a relationship with someone where they already have children. They don't want just anybody around their kids. And so he even said that some of these women are lawless. I mean, hello. These are women who don't have no respect for anybody. They don't have respect for authority. They don't have respect for the law. They don't follow rules. They just a reckless individual. And we have been seeing this in the life that Olivia portrays on this YouTube. Like, we see it. But yet she wants to come on here time and time again talking about the importance of loving yourself. But her actions show that she really don't love herself. She do not care about herself. And so when you look at these type of women that lack morals, that lack principles, that lack self-worth and self-love, these are usually women who do have a high body count. And what did Olivia come on here talking about? She said that, you know, when she gets her BBL, some kind of way that's going to erase her body count, as if because she's altering her body, she's going to start over with a whole new body. Like, just ignorance. But men do not like promiscuous women. Bums like promiscuous women. But if you are really out here trying to get a high value man, a man who is a real man, not just somebody that you're portraying to be a man on the internet, a real man is not going to settle down with just any type of woman. That's just not going to happen. And you hear it straight out of these men's mouth.
No, but I like that she said, not to cut you off. Go ahead. I like that you said that. And I like to talk about this topic on the show because that's the misconception with women. They truly do not understand a man's sexual, what we look at sexually and what we look at for a wife is total opposite. A man will have sex with A to Z. A man will have sex with a woman he ain't even attracted to. He just need to hit something at that time.
Anything walking.
But a woman will be like, oh, see, you had sex with her, you like her. No, I just needed to get my rocks off. I'm cool now.
Did you hear that, Olivia? This man is literally saying, don't get it confused. Just because a man is willing to have sex with you does not mean that that man is into you. It's two different things. Naturally, when women are intimate, when they give their body sexually, they are more emotionally attached in that exchange. Whereas men, they can just be there in the moment and bounce and it not be an issue. I'm not saying all women are wired that way, and I'm not saying all men are wired that way, but from a majority standpoint, that is how we are as men and women. And so he's literally saying that men can be intimate with a woman and it not even be anything. And so when Olivia comes on here and she's acting like she's that chick just because she can get a dude to have sex with her, it's like, girl, you're just deceiving your own self into thinking that, you know, you are something that you're really not, because you don't have the mature ability to process what is really happening. Because again, when you're dealing with bums, it's completely different than when you're dealing with a real man. And obviously, Olivia just does not know the difference, because she really believes that some kind of way her being able to have sex with all of these guys is supposed to say that she's that chick. No, what it's really saying is that you are someone who is easy to conquer. That's all that it's saying.
But a wifey, that's a whole different status. But women see Instagram, social media, like you said. They see the BBLs getting all the likes and they think, oh yeah, that's going to make me a wife. Then they go get it and all you got is more to life.
No, I think that's true. I think women don't understand that men are able to compartmentalize, right? Like exactly how you said, we're able to say, hey, I want this, but I don't want to marry this. But at the same time, I sort of agree with what she says, where she's saying like the dude will go and chase after the girl for the BBL because he might honestly go have a date with the girl that, you know what I mean, is in church on Sundays, right? Has the father in her life, but he might have been a dude that was raised by his mother. So his energy and what she's giving off, honestly, he might not really be able to match up with that. So he does chase the stripper chick, the BBL chick, because he kind of like, you know what I mean? This girl's going to make me have to be better. And you know, it works both ways, but I'm saying that there are niggas out there or men out there that cry about I want this type of girl, but you can't really match up to her speed. So then you do try to chase the look and other things and then you get with her, you realize this girl would have been fine with me maybe going half on the bills if that's what I had to do. She would have sat down and rolled for me. This girl, ball players and rappers, there's no way if I don't got it, it's gonna last. So I think not her, I'm saying, but yeah, I'm like, I think that's where men sometimes fuck up is that, we do, instead of going for this girl that might be down for you, it's gonna cost a lot more out of you morally, and I feel like as a man, and so we do go for the rental. But
I loved what this man, contributed to the conversation, because first off, he said that men can compartmentalize. Like, women need to understand that men can have sex with you, but in their mind know that you are not someone that they will marry. And see, this is why it is so important to make sure you are vetting these men, because you can learn a lot about a man just through conversation versus you going straight to the intimacy and then you wind up hurt and going through pain because you have allowed yourself to become emotionally attached to this person, and you can't understand why this man done got up and checked out and bailed on you. See, these are the things that women need to be doing prior to having sex, because like I said, women are emotionally attached when we are physically allowing our bodies to connect, because you're not just connecting from a physical standpoint, your spirits are connecting when you are intimate with another person. This is where soul ties come into play. So if you are a very promiscuous person, that's a lot of soul ties that you have connected with those sexual partners. And that can cause a woman or a man to become very much mentally confused. They can have a lot of mental issues because, again, if you are laying with someone who has like a mental illness or someone who deals with anger issues or who has suicidal thoughts, and you are connecting your spirit to that person during intimacy, those spirits can transfer onto you. This is a real thing. This is why it is so important to not have all these sexual partners. So, when he said that, some men don't want to work as hard for a woman that is more of a high value woman, this is a real thing. This is why you have a lot of bums, because you have men that want a certain type of woman, but they don't want to work hard for it. They don't want to have to change up their lifestyle. They don't want to have to, go the extra mile to make sure that their morals are in check. And this goes for the woman too. There are women who want a high value man. Just like how we saw Olivia coming on here talking about, a man has to meet all these requirements. They gotta do the list check. And if they don't have a car, if they don't have a home, if they don't have a job, I need to know how many baby mamas they have. You got all these requirements now that you're wanting to put on men. If you yourself is not meeting those same requirements, that's a problem. But, it's like you want the man, but you don't want to change yourself to ensure that you can get the man. Because I've said this before and I will continue to say it. You attract what you are. And so if you want to attract a certain man, you have to become those things that you desire from that man. There are certain attributes as women that we should have if you're trying to attract a certain man into your life. It shouldn't be where you can just remain low value, but you're expecting this high value man to take care of you, to have a certain type of income, to provide this certain type of lifestyle, but you ain't doing nothing. You're not contributing financially. You're not contributing morally. You're not contributing intellectually. You're just being low value. And it just doesn't work that way.
now we gonna make money out of it.
But it's like you said, it's just like a squirrel chasing a nut. When he sees the fat ass, that's what he's going for. You know what I mean? But 9 times out of 10, after that fact is going, that's why I say, like, far as women keeping a man, depending on how she is internally, is what's gonna keep that man around. Like, I'm attracted to you, but your soul and everything is what's gonna keep me.
That part. See, a woman can invest all the money in the world to ensure that she looks a certain way on the outside. But if you're not investing on the inside, you're not going to get what you desire. And so this is why I've been saying to Olivia, she needs to do the work. You can't keep coming on here talking about I'm healed, and you're not healed, because when you really are healed, when you're really moving in that healing, your actions will measure up to that. Not you trying to convince people into believing that's what you are, but your actions don't show it. And so this man is literally saying that they're looking at the soul. They're looking internally. They're looking at your character. They're looking at what type of human being you are, what type of values you have, what type of respect do you show? How do you carry yourself as a woman? See, women think that men are just so surface level. Women think men, all they want is sex. That's what bums want. Again, we need to differentiate between the two. See, a bum will take anything. A bum will settle for anything. But a real man, they're looking at, what do you have to offer? What does your inner person say to him? What is your inner person showing him? Because the soul speaks louder than whatever alterations you can do to your body.
Other than that, you're just, like he said, you're going to be a rental. You're going to be used and thrown back, and your mileage is going to keep getting ran up.
Let me ask her, because I want to know from your perspective, because I'm not mind blown, but I am. The fact that you had that thought, like, oh, she got a BBL, she out your league now. Like, what about a BBL puts a woman out of a man's league who she was once in? So they was here, she got the BBL, in your perspective, she went here now.
So let me say this. So a lot of women get their body did to enhance opportunities for themselves. Like, y'all know a lot of artists, a lot of female artists, they get their body did. Like Nicki Minaj, she had an interview coming out, like when she got signed with Lil Wayne, she said before she got her fake butt, she did it because that was all she heard in the studio. She would hear them all talk about, like, yeah, I'm finna have this girl with a big ass come through. So a lot of women do that to open up opportunities, right?
But see, understand that those opportunities will only lead to a woman further degrading herself, building up her body count, and getting hurt. Because again, a lot of women are altering their bodies for the wrong reasons. You may get certain access to people and to certain places, but know that it's going to come with a price, a heavy price. And 9 times out of 10, it's not good.
And so I say it out of you guys' league, because women that invest in their body, they want a man investing in them too. So if I just paid $10K to get my body did, and you a man that's trying to be in my life, baby, you got to pay all my bills. They're going to have expectations that's out of you guys' league. They want their bills paid. You got to pay for my nails every week. Now, if you get that church girl, you feel me? She the one that's not going to put you on child support. She not going to give you the headache. But a lot of men do want these women that's out of their league, and their expectation is too high. And then men get mad when they can't even handle it.
Look, hold on. Let me say this. Women, why do you women always use the entertainment industry as an example?
Small percentage.
Like the first example when you ask about women, like you said, opportunities. Opportunities in what? To be a rapper? Out of 1,000 rappers, out of a million female rappers, how many is Nicki Minaj?
When I say
Opportunity to be a 304.
No.
I'll explain opportunity.
What opportunity? Because the majority of women are not in the entertainment industry, and the majority that are, maybe 1% is going to make it.
When I say opportunity, I mean access to going events, exposure, probably going to a celebrity.
That's what I'm trying to say. The only opportunity you are enhancing, and I need women to understand, the only opportunity you are enhancing by getting your body done is the opportunity for more. And that's it.
I mean, of course, being the person that I am, I would have said it in a more palatable way, but yeah, definitely. That's the only opportunities that a woman is going to get by altering their bodies. You're going to get more male attention and you're going to have more sexual partners. So, why is that a long term goal? I don't understand it. Why are women risking their lives for this being their end goal? It's very sad.
Like she said, I'm investing in myself. No, you're not. You just risked your life for a bigger ass for us to say, damn, I wonder what that shit look like when I'm here. Investing in yourself is gaining more knowledge, reading more books, gaining spirituality, getting in touch with your inner self. Going to the gym is an investment. Invest in that gym pass, the gym membership, and work out. That is a real investment because as you're working out and building your body instead of buying it, that's going to build character. That's going to enhance you as a woman. Those women are the women that deserve to get all their bills paid. Those women are the women that deserve that lifestyle she's speaking of. Not some bitch that went to Miami and laid on the hood of a car, abandoned parking lot, and got some shots in her ass, and now all of a sudden she a new person. She invested $10K in her body and zero in her brain.
Whew, this dude said a mouthful. You hear me? But I love it. He said investing in yourself is gaining more knowledge, reading more books, gaining spirituality, getting in touch with yourself, going to the gym. These are the things that real men are concerned about. This is what they care about. This is what they're looking for in a real woman. And, somebody like Liv might say, oh, this is a weirdo. Because anyone that challenges Olivia, she calls them weird. Anybody that confronts her with reason is weird. Anyone that speaks something that is completely contrary to what Olivia presents on this platform, she calls them weird. So for a man to speak with common sense and to have requirements that are very fair, I don't see nothing wrong with what he's saying right here because that is what we should all aspire to. We should want to be people who have a love for gaining more knowledge. We should want to invest in reading more books. We should want to gain spirituality and to make sure that we're checking ourselves and making sure we're paying attention to, what's going on within us. Like, these are normal things that normal people do. But when you have someone who is not distributing these qualities, they don't understand it, so they reject what they don't understand. They criticize what they don't understand. They mock and make fun of what they don't understand, which shows a lack of maturity, a lack of intelligence, a lack of understanding and comprehension. And this is what I see with Olivia. And, I love the fact that he said, too, that, when you look at a woman who is willing to go to the gym and choose to build her body instead of, laying on a bed and risk their life and getting a whole surgical procedure, he's saying the ones who are more prone to building their bodies, those are the ones who are building character. Because it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of dedication to do that. And he said those are the women that deserve to be taken care of. And I love the way he ended it. He said, you're investing $10,000 in your body, but zero in your brain. That was a word within itself. And again, this just further speaks to the fact that real men value intellect. They value morals. They value a woman who carries themselves in a way that shows that they operate from a space of self-worth and self-love.
And I really think what it is and what she's saying too is like, as in, exactly. But I think what it is the beforehand, right? Like if she go with a regular dude, right, the girl with the BBL, you might just go to, I'm gonna use the example, Cheesecake Factory, right? For instance, and there's nothing wrong with it. But if she also the girl with the BBL, she might have the day before, she might have just went to, you feel me, Mastro's and rolled in the rolls. And then maybe they went to the club after, and then he paid for every drink and whoop-de-wop-wop. And then she went to the event and et cetera, et cetera. So I think what you're saying is true about it's for sure. Like, it's just another body. That's what you're going to add. But what she's saying is a fact too, because it's the experience. And this man cannot necessarily provide the same experience, even though the overall result is she's not going to get chose. Like, in my opinion, the girl with the BBL that's out there at the club, you know what I mean, giving herself up to everybody, she's not going to be made a wife, maybe eventually, you know, when a sucker comes and does it. But it's the experiences that I think is exactly what they're looking for, which men, you don't want a girl like that anyway. So if you can't provide her the experience, you don't her anyway, because if that's what she's looking for, she's trash anyway. But I think that's where
That's true.
I think that's what she's getting at.
And so I think that within itself speaks volumes because, you know, for a woman to, you know, get a BBL because they're looking at it as it can give them accesses to, you know, certain places, certain people. Yeah, again, like I said, you may get that access, but what is going to be your end goal? Because like this guy said, yeah, you may get into these spaces, but at the end of the day, you're going to be looked over. You're not going to be chosen. You know, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to be chosen. So it's like you're basically allowing yourself to just get ran through, to hop from one person to the next. Also that you can be able to say, you know, I was at this place, I was around these people. Like, that's sad. Because again, it just speaks to the lack of self-worth that a woman has, because you're willing to compromise your integrity, you're willing to compromise your morale, your self-worth, your self-respect. Also, you can feel as if you was able to experience this world because, you know, the Bible says the one who gains the whole world lose their soul at the end. So it just really speaks of a lack of morals, a lack of spirituality, because if a woman truly has a solid spiritual foundation, you're not going to be chasing the world like this. You're not. Like, this is very sad.
I don't think just having a fat ass don't mean she can't be wife. I just go back to reiterate, like I said, it depends on what's going on in her mind and what's inside of her. But 9 times out of 10, like what she was just speaking on, like you said, all you're doing is getting a new level of money or whatever the case is, and you're getting passed around. Yeah, you got flew out to Miami, you got flew out here,
and flew back to Cali.
Exactly. And whatever the case is, all you're doing is getting passed around like hot potato, and to the point where you're going to be miserable inside because you know niggas only want you for your ass and no with you for you. So over time, then that's when they get to being crazy and acting how they act at a certain point where now you're so masculine, nobody wants you, period.
No, I think that's a fact, but I do think with those types of women, that type of realization doesn't come till much later. And so that's where the ego comes in.
Yeah,
like,
that wall kick.
Like, nigga, you drive a Honda, I ain't gonna you feel me? Eventually that BBL costs a little bit more money to go get it reinflated.
Let me ask you though, I like to get women's perspective because women, this is what they do, right? Like you said, okay, I got access now. So while I was at Home Depot, now a rapper got in my DM or NBA player got in my DM.
The experience, like you said, it gives you that better experience.
No, why do women now? That's the level that they ain't going below that level now. Now they think their level is NBA player. He didn't say, hey, I want to fly you out to marry you. He flew you out, took you out to dinner maybe, and flew you back home. But you came back home like NBA player only.
You want to know why? It's that adrenaline, right? It's like, okay, now I just got an NBA player. Now I want an NFL. What can I get next? And I feel like that's in life. It's like, what's next? What's next? We never want to stay on that one level. We always want more and more. And I think men the same. And let me know if I'm wrong, right? Like, I feel like a man, right? A lot of men, they'll get that one bad bitch in their life, right? And then they like, damn, I want another bad bitch. Let me see who else I can get. It's like adrenaline. And it's women the same way.
You sound like hoes to me.
Yeah, I do hear what she's saying, but you know, my thing is it goes both ways, because if men do it, then that means they're hoes too. It can't just be because a woman is doing or moving the way a man moves that they're hoes. No, it means that both of y'all are hoes. Like, I mean, if the shoe fits, right?
Can I get an interview now?
Yeah, like that's wild. Like, and I say this all the time. Like, what are women in? And this is why women are in the worst state. Damn near, especially in a westernized culture, because what are y'all dating for? If you dating for that, y'all talk about being straight up. Be straight up and say, I'm gonna be a hoe for you, then I'm gonna move on. Then just
That's a
say
fact.
that. Stop acting like y'all want to build a family, but you out here being a thought and getting passed around.
But see, even the men that you're talking about that have that mindset, those are men with no purpose. Those are men with no destiny. Those are the men that's leading you on and finessing you once the baby come. So the same guys that y'all complain about, it's the same guys that y'all choosing.
That's a fact too.
Why do you keep choosing them? These are the same men that y'all are saying that ain't shit, that you got to run and get child support because he ain't helping you fill your cup and blah, blah, blah. But then y'all keep choosing these dudes. Like, why? Like, I don't understand it.
Man, I totally agree. Like, the men that he's speaking about, these are the bums. So that's a great question, because if a woman values more, if a woman is, assessing their life and they're like, okay, I went through this situation with this bum. I know what I went through. I know what I did to attract this bum. Let me make some adjustments. How is it that a woman repeatedly attracts the same man? It's because of what that woman is distributing within herself. If you are a woman who is insecure, you're going to attract a bum. If you are a woman who has no self-love, no self-respect, you're going to attract a bum. If you are a woman who has no morals, no values, no principles, you're going to attract a bum. If you are a woman who does not want to further your knowledge, you don't want to further yourself in the sense of becoming better, becoming a better version of yourself, learning from your mistakes, investing in yourself to where you become more high valued, you're going to keep attracting bums.
What is the end game? It's like women are like short-sighted. It's like the whole universe is here, but they can only see here, what's in front of them. And it's like by the time they remove the curtain, they done blew it already.
Yeah, but I will say the type of women we're talking about, this is a small percentage. We only seeing like social media. I would say women that think like that, it has to be about 5% out of the good 95% of women. Like,
I think that's the majority of women today.
No,
Fact.
that's because the internet. We see it all on
It don't
social
matter
media.
No,
why.
I'm saying, man, as us dealing with women now, normal women are having that mindset.
A lot of men, down there already rather be single than deal with these women. So that's what make it more crazy.
Because she's honest and she is emotionally intelligent.
She's not getting it.
In my opinion, you're one of the most emotionally intelligent women we talk with. Because even though we disagree with what you say or challenge what you said, you did not get up in arms about it. So I want to applaud you on that.
Yeah, I definitely have to disagree with this woman's calculation. I really don't believe that it's only 5% of the population of women that distribute this behavior. It's definitely the majority. There was a time where this was true, but the generation that we're in now, it's definitely a high percentage. Definitely, I would flip those percentages around and I would say 95% of the women today are distributing this behavior. Because, one of the men posed the question, why is it that we go straight to Hollywood to bring about examples? But we have to, because that's part of the reasonings behind why these people are propped up, as celebrities. They are meant to influence the population, hence followers. That's where all that comes from. So when you have people like Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Sexy Red, all these Glorilla, all these women that are portraying a certain image and they're speaking a certain message, it most definitely is shaping the minds of women, shaping the minds of little girls, and it is not appropriate. I do not agree with the messaging that is being pushed in these rap music and in these songs. You look at how they all dress. They all look like they went to the same surgeon. They all look the same. They all have the same aesthetic. They all are very perverted in how they dress, how they show their bodies. They're all pushing the same message, and it's getting into the minds of these young children to become young women and grown women to have this same mentality. And so, yes, it very much is the culture today. There is a lot of women, and it's not just in the black race, it's in all races. We see a decline in morals. We see a decline in women not having self-respect. because of the fashion that they call fashion. It's just revealing less and less, and it's leaving nothing to the to the imagination anymore. Women are literally walking around butt naked. So this is a very degenerated generation. It is. So I disagree that there's only 5%. No, it's way more. And there definitely has to be a shift, because it's ruining and it's corrupting our generation. So I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation. If you guys would like to see more of these type of videos, let me know in the comment section below. But that wraps it up for this commentary. It's OneLove, and I'm out.